Vegas Scoreboard Express, Saturday and Sunday mornings at 6 on AM 1400 KSHP North Las Vegas. Online at KSHP.com.
Keep it locked with your boy on the ones and twos. Going in on the wheels of steel.
You're listening to the boss of the big ball. That's the truth.
Snaring hard kick. This is it. The cocaine and the crack.
They all sound the same to me.
There's a war going on outside. No man is safe from.
That's how I'm living.
That's how we do it. That's just the way it is. That's the reason why I came to you.
Drink and women and money.
And then there were two. Good morning, Las Vegas. All my sports bettors around the world, you're rocking with the boss of the big board, JB the Ticket, Vegas Scoreboard Express, live from the KSHP studios here in Las Vegas, VSX Digital Sports Networks, 107.1 FM, AM 1400. Guys, definitely can tune in on my website, VegasScoreboardExpress.com. As I said before, there are two. Western Conference NBA is set and ready to go. When I get back from this short commercial break, again, thank you guys so much for listening to the show this morning. Be sure to tune in every single Saturday and Sunday, 6 a.m. to 7 a.m. for the sports news. You can count on picks that'll put cash in your pocket. Going to be coming back with my main man, contributor and co-host, Ron Third Down Best Bets, talking this NBA. He told you that the Lakers were going to take it. Also, they're going to be going up against the Denver Nuggets. Shout out to my boys over at DenverSportsBetting.com. You guys are back in the Western Conference Finals, so a lot of NBA to get to. Going to talk a little bit of baseball, a little bit of Raiders. You guys are going to definitely want to stay tuned for this, but the NBA Finals are getting locked in. You guys can definitely lock us in. 107.1 FM on your dial, AM 1400 on your dial. Stay tuned. Follow the show on Twitter at We Beat the Line. Follow me on Instagram at JB the Ticket. I'm giving grease. I'm giving straight picks. I'm giving cash. And when I get back, you guys know what time it is. Time to grab your bankroll, hit the window, and beat the line. Rocking with the boss of the big board, JB the Ticket, Vegas Scoreboard Express. Time to get up early in the morning and get that money. Let's do it.
You're listening to the boss of the big ball, JB the Ticket. Vegas Scoreboard Express, giving you that grease.
STN Sports is the only sports betting app you need this season. STN Sports has it all. In-play betting, mobile parlay cards, the Play Plus card to fund and withdraw from anywhere in Nevada, and the latest lines on every game. STN Sports even lets you earn rewards on every bet. Safe and easy betting from your phone or tablet. Go to StationCasinoSports.com or sign up at any Station Casino, Fiesta Wildfire, or the El Cortez. Details at the sportsbooks.
Basketball season is heating up, so stay in the game with Fubo TV. Get the NBA, NCAA, FIBA, and more. Get 7 days free at VegasScoreboardExpress.com. Don't get cabled. Get Fubo TV. You're tuned into the VSX Digital Sports Network.
You're listening to the boss of the big board.
If you have money, you can buy anything.
JB the Ticket.
More fire, more heat.
Vegas Scoreboard Express, giving you that grease.
As promised, back at you live, JB the Ticket, Vegas Scoreboard Express. Got my main man, Ron Third Down Best Bets, on the line with me talking this NBA playoffs. Ron, good morning. How you doing?
Good morning, sir. How are you?
Doing great. Glad to have you back on the line with me. You guys can follow Ron over on Instagram at RaiderHawk1. Again, you're rocking with the boss of the big board, JB the Ticket, Vegas Scoreboard Express, 107.1 FM here in Las Vegas, AM 1400 on your AM dial. You guys are definitely going to want to lock in. Got these football season advertising specials ready to go. Get over to my website, VegasScoreboardExpress.com or VSXDigitalSportsNetwork.com, and we'll be able to hook your business up with those big-time advertisements. I'm telling you, Super Bowl coming to Las Vegas this year, so you guys don't want to miss out. 107.1 FM just launched, so we're going to be doing a big launch program this summer for the fall, so you guys are going to want to stay tuned to that. But nevertheless, let's get into it. NBA playoffs yesterday saw two teams go down. Western Conference Finals is set. Los Angeles Lakers going up against the Denver Nuggets. But let's talk about some of the action that happened yesterday also in the Eastern Conference. Unfortunately, my Knicks are going home. We knew Thibodeau was going to do that, blew up the ticket, costed us the playoffs. Let's talk a little bit about that one in the Eastern Conference. The Knicks losing on the road to Miami, 96-92. Jimmy Butler and the crew do it again by committee. Bam Adebayo was rolling, getting things done on his side of the basketball. Jalen Brunson did all he could do. Give him a shout-out last night because, like you said before, he had a little bit of Kobe tendency. 41 points, 4 rebounds, and 3 assists, but just too much Jimmy Butler and the committee. Jimmy Butler again for Miami, 24 points, 8 rebounds, and 4 assists. So talk to me a little bit about this series. Again, the Knicks 210 on the money line, weren't able to get it. Miami got that expensive price at minus 260, winning the entire series 4-2. Now, you know Miami came into this series as a dog, but as it stands, I mentioned this in the beginning of the series, coaching won out. Give a shout-out to Eric Spoelstra getting his team back to the Eastern Conference Finals. They were balling hard, and he just out-coached Thibodeau. Thibodeau did it again. I don't know if this guy's going to be back next year because, like I said before, it's like you guys miss KD. You get a point guard who's dynamic, a scoring guard, no help around him, no consistency on the lineups, and that's what ended up costing these guys, meaning the New York Knicks, in this series. Jalen Brunson came in as advertised, but Thibodeau coached these guys right into vacation. So talk to me about it. Do you think that somehow the Knicks are going to have to switch coaching? Because the Knicks, again, all the talent in the world, no consistency on lineups, got to the playoffs for the first time in forever, but again, just could not maintain it. And again, being an old series with the Miami Heat, a fitting win for the Miami Heat. But talk to me about this Knicks team because they just look bad, man. They looked bad last night. Talk to me.
Yeah, I think Thibodeau's on the way out the door. It's after watching the series closely, I really think they have a chemistry problem. I mean, Brunson is great. They have about 4 or 5 really good players, but they don't step up every night. They're just something's just not right. I mean, it could be Thibodeau. It could just be simply be Thibodeau.
It definitely is Thibodeau. I mean, he got out-coached. When you've got the type of players that he has on the team, no consistent lineups. Let's just talk about last night's starting lineup. He goes with Jalen Brunson, Julius Randle, R.J. Barrett, Quentin Grimes, and Mitchell Robinson. Yeah, Jalen Brunson carried the load at 41, and then it drops down. Randle 15, Barrett 11. I mean, this just isn't going to get it done. And like I said before, when you talk about it from that coaching perspective, no chemistry, no rotational lineup. Going into next year, do you think that the Knicks, like I said before, if Thibodeau's on his way out, who do you think they go to? Some young coaching, maybe some college-ranked coaching? They got to do something in New York because New York, despite all the issues that they've had, they've shown that they can be a playoff team, and the roster is a strong roster. It's just unfortunate that they don't have a coach who can keep them consistent. But go ahead.
Too bad they couldn't go get a guy like Popovich. Huh? He'd do well in New York.
No, I don't think so. Pop is just kind of old. He's just out of the game. Popovich does not care. But go ahead.
Yeah, it's true. He's got this bird playing decent and ain't got much talent.
Well, that's, yeah, go ahead.
You know, I agree. I mean, Thibodeau, he's got to go. I mean, I don't see any big name sitting there ready to replace him. So I think it's going to be a young guy that. I mean, look what Darvin Ham's done. The Lakers. I mean, these younger coaches, they get their opportunity and they're jumping on it now. I mean, and it's great. It's great to see. I mean, he's done an incredible job with the Lakers.
Well, let's jump into it with that Lakers game last night. You know, the Lakers were on the line going up against the Golden State Warriors. I told you, Golden State, it's done. It's over. That whole dynasty, it's all gone now. You're not going to see it again. Draymond Green, after the loss last night, all smiles. Didn't like to see that. I mean, the competitive fire in that team, it's just gone. The Lakers last night, somewhat of a blowout win, 122-101 at home at the Crypto.com Center. So you want to give these guys a shout-out for making that happen. LeBron James, 39-9. At his age, incredible. And to get these guys back to the Western Conference Finals as the 7th seed, now I'm thinking it's possibly going to be Lakers or the Celtics. Lakers-Celtics in the finals, because that's kind of what the NBA wants to see. Very nostalgic, some good stars, but this Lakers team had a few issues. Dennis Schroeder getting ejected. 2 technical fouls. A lot of hard fouls weren't called last night. But talk about this Lakers team, because, again, Anthony Davis, these guys were giving him a hard time, getting wheeled out of there in a wheelchair for some sort of injury. You mentioned that he always gets injured, and I think it happened again. I don't know if he played at all last night, but talk to me about this Lakers team, because, as you saw, they were able to do it without Anthony Davis. I'm taking a look at the starters right now. He was in there 17-20, didn't look too hurt to me. LeBron carried him. Austin Reeves, again, you guys talking about another player off the bench. Austin Reeves, this guy, doing a lot more than most. Didn't take him on my ticket, though. That's what that little all was for, because they had a prop bet going over 20. He picked up 23. Who are the Lakers playing against? Are they playing against themselves? Are they playing against other teams right now? Because it just seems like these guys are playing basketball. Doesn't matter who's on the court. And when that happens, especially in the playoffs, very, very dangerous. Very, very dangerous. Talk to me about that. Go ahead.
Yeah, it's going to be a really incredible series with the Nuggets, but the Lakers are on fire right now. They're in another level. They're in their own rhythm.
I mean, you got Austin Reeves hitting half-court shots before the buzzer. Got LeBron playing young. It's just one of those teams, like I said before, if they continue to play well, and if Anthony Davis continues to do what he's able to do, as you saw last night on the defensive side of the ball, Anthony Davis was very, very, very aggressive. And you look at what Draymond Green was doing, stuffing the ball in Schroeder's face. Schroeder ended up getting the ejection, though. It's unfortunate. But, again, going back to this basketball side, Lakers-Nuggets, who do you think wins that series? Does it go 4 games, 6 games, 7 games? I think the Lakers win it in 5, but go ahead.
Today, I go with the Lakers. Tomorrow, I may go with the Nuggets.
Well, now let's talk about that Nuggets team, because, like I said, they didn't really have a challenge in the playoffs. I mean, the Phoenix Suns, let's talk about that. The Phoenix Suns out of the playoffs. KD didn't win anything. That was one of the Friday games. Do a quick recap on that. I didn't like what I saw with the Phoenix Suns. I mean, these guys had every opportunity to take this series. Dynamic scorer in Devin Booker. You got Kevin Durant kind of languishing around there. But the guy that really pissed me off in this series, DeAndre Ayton, this guy didn't do anything. He didn't do anything. Was a complete non-factor. Jokic abused him, dropping 30 on him every single night. And then you talk about it from that perspective. The Phoenix Suns ended up getting sold this year to a new owner. Jokic elbowed him in the face. They made up after the end of the, other game, because Jokic was like, look, I'm just trying to boot you guys out of here. But to see the Nuggets win so dominant on the road Friday, 125-100, that Nuggets team, talking about their starters, and Jokic, Murray, you even got a former Laker in Caldwell Pope. That's always an interesting factor, because he may know some of the schemes in the Lakers side. 125-100. Are the Nuggets, number 1 seed in the Western Conference, a threat to go to the finals and possibly try to get Jokic his first championship? But he's got the Lakers standing in front of him. I think the Lakers outmatched these guys, but as I said before, seen a lot of surprises in the playoffs. Teams that were sweeping ended up getting swept. Guys like KD coming back to the Western Conference, getting dropped off at the bus station kind of early in the playoffs. And now you got Jokic, guy who didn't win out on the MVP, maybe trying to get his first NBA championship. Ron Third Down Best Bets. Follow him on Instagram at RaiderHawk1. He's got all kinds of pics and posts there. I see you guys use those filters, but I'm talking about these Denver Nuggets. Do you think that they're a team that you can put on that Western Conference betting ticket? Talking about that series right now. If you want to take the Lakers, if they win it in 5 plus 600, go over to betus.com, use offer code VSX125, giving you a 125% bonus on your initial deposit in legal jurisdiction. So you said today, possibly the Lakers. Tomorrow you could go with the Nuggets. What do you think is going to happen in Game 1 on Tuesday? Go ahead.
I think the Lakers take Game 1. I mean, I think the Lakers are the hottest team right now. I mean, they're just playing incredible right now. But when you're playing that good, things can happen. You know, if Gingerbread gets hurt, I mean, so many things can happen. But if it stays the way it's going, the Lakers are very dangerous right now. Very dangerous.
Love to hear it, Ron. Third down, best bets when I get back from this short commercial break. More Vegas Scoreboard Express giving you guys the grease and put the cash in your pocket to help you make the picks that pay. Follow the show on Twitter at We Beat the Line. Follow me on Instagram at JBTheTicket. And, of course, follow the station, KSHP.com, 107.1 FM, AM 1400, waking you up early in the morning every single Saturday and Sunday with the sports information and news that you can count on, picks that pay. So, again, when I come back from this short commercial break, more with Ron, third down, best bets, breaking down this NBA playoffs. We got this Game 7 tomorrow. Boston and the Sixers shockingly going to a Game 7. Which one of those dogs are barking? Early preview on that. And then we're going to talk a little bit of Lakers draft picks. These guys picked up a couple of signed free agents. Raiders are trying to make a move, host the Super Bowl, and try to get into it. So you guys stay tuned. Keep it locked. Vegas Scoreboard Express. JB the Ticket. Get the money.
You're listening to the boss of the big boy, JB the Vegas Scoreboard Express.
The Farmer's Burger from Farmer Boys. Beef, bacon, cheese, hand-smashed avocado, and fresh veggies. Best burger champ. That's how we drop the mic. Farmer Boys. Farm food ain't fast food. Farmer Boys' new always crispy fries stay crispier and tastier all the way home. If they make it home.
Sharing is caring.
Farmer Boys. Farm food ain't fast food.
Basketball season is heating up, so stay in the game with Fubo TV. Get the NBA, NCAA, FIBA, and more. Get 7 days free at VegasScoreboardExpress.com. Don't get cabled. Get Fubo TV. You're tuned into the VSX Digital Sports Network.
More fire, more heat.
This next is move.
You're listening to the boss of the big boy, Vegas Scoreboard Express.
JB the Ticket back at you live, 107.1 FM, waking you up early in the morning, giving you the picks and pay, putting that grease in your pocket. Got my main man Ron, third down best bets back on the line. Ron, are you still drinking coffee? Go ahead.
Oh, coffee's good today, brother.
There you go. Putting it together, ready to rock and roll. Going to talk a little bit of early NFL props with you right now. These being brought to you by BetUS.com. Go to BetUS.com. Use offer code VSX125, giving you 125% on your initial deposit in all legal jurisdictions. Also, you guys need to get over to FuboTV.com/JB. 15% off. And I'm giving you every single game on the line this coming football season. So just talk a little bit about the Raiders, because, again, the Raiders have made a lot of moves, very, very good draft class, some nice free agent signings. You know, you mentioned that to me in the pregame today for the show. So let's talk about it, because right now, according to BetUS, early in the betting line for division winners to win that AFC West, the Raiders are right at the bottom, rotation number 1304 at plus 1,200. So I'm telling you, people are giving them a hard time, but I think that is a dog that could be barking. If that offense is able to pick up and that defense is able to maintain leads, I think it would be relatively easy for the Raiders to compete for that AFC West championship. Denver Broncos, I think they're still going to be cellar dwellers. Los Angeles Chargers at plus 325, probably not going to be the best team to win it. Obviously, Kansas City at minus 155 are the favorites coming off of that Super Bowl win. But with the Raiders being at the bottom of that division, nowhere to go but up. Talk to me about some of those free agent signings, some of those guys that they picked up off waivers, And do you think that plus 1,200 bet might be an interesting bet this early in the season? You never know what can happen, though. Go ahead.
Yeah, the guy I like, it's going to be a no-name guy. A lot of people are going to know about it. McClendon Curtis. He's a tackle guard out of Tennessee, Chattanooga. They gave him a $210,000 guaranteed UDA, free agent contract, which is really big for that. Mm-hmm. And he's a road grader. He's something the Raiders haven't had. He keeps his speed low, and he just smashes people, and that's what we need. There's a good chance he could start. He could be a starting guard. He's that good. He was on everybody's. He had like a second-round draft grade. So for some reason, he slipped through the draft.
Slipped through the draft and got picked up for a bag of peanuts. I'm telling you, take a look at that guy. What's his name one more time? Go ahead.
McClendon Curtis.
McClendon Curtis. You said Tennessee, Chattanooga, right? Okay, so Vegas Raiders. You got Jimmy Garoppolo at quarterback. They picked up the young guy from Purdue in the draft. From the running back perspective, have they figured out anything with Josh Jacobs? Go ahead.
From what I hear, nothing yet. They're still at an impasse. But I think they just told people he wants to sign him. So from what I understand, they on the Raiders end, they're trying to figure something out.
Trying to figure it out. Well, it's early in the season. OTAs just got started. You guys can watch some of this preseason action, some of this postseason action, the entire season, everything ready to go at Fubo TV. Go over to FuboTV.com/JB. Now, when you talk about the Western Conference Finals, jumping back to this NBA matchup, we got the Lakers going up against the Denver Nuggets. Health-wise, we saw Anthony Davis, probably much more theatrics than anything. He got wheeled off in that wheelchair for that little head bump. Do you think that he could possibly have some injury issues going up against a big guy like Jokic, who's deceptively quick? And he moves like an old-school sage on the court. And the way that he plays, talking about Anthony Davis going for a lot of blocks, we all know that Jokic is the pump-fake master. You think there could possibly be any injury chance with the Lakers on that? Just touching on that, I got a little piece on the wire there. Somebody said, ask about Anthony Davis possibly getting hurt. I'm like, well, the reason they call him the gingerbread man. But go ahead.
Yeah, if Jokic brings some milk with him, and they're in trouble.
Yeah,
because he is injury prone, as we know, and it's not a desire problem. It's not a soft problem. He's not a soft player. He plays hard. It's nothing like that. He just has a soft body. That's the way he's built. There's nothing he can do about it.
Nothing he can do about it. But again, it had a great double-double last night. 17 and 20. Couple of block shots, was ruling the rim. When Anthony Davis is on, there's a reason why he was such a high draft pick back in the day. And that's kind of what the NBA has been doing over the last decade. If you watch, they don't really get a lot of ready-made products like a LeBron James in these recent seasons, maybe the last decade. They draft guys off of potential, let them grow into their man body, and see what they can do. And Anthony Davis is one of those guys who, thank God, has not been a bust. We saw him languishing for many, many seasons down in Pelican land, but he's able to get on the Lakers and have a career resurgence. So definitely give him a shout out. Talking about that game that's on the line tomorrow, Game 7. This is a game that a lot of people did not expect to happen in the Eastern Conference Finals, but you did. Let's jump into it. The 76ers going up against the Celtics on the road. Now, the Celtics have been playing flip-flop basketball all through this series, and the 76ers as well. And as I said before, as soon as Embiid won that MVP, things started going south for these boys. So talk to me a little bit about that, because when I see a 76ers team that was poised, they swept Brooklyn, and now they're coming into a Game 7 to try to possibly play the Miami Heat in these Eastern Conference Finals. They're a team that I think better matches up with the Heat, but they got to get past Boston. Again, rotation number 510, the Boston Celtics, -6.5. Early line bets, if you can pick them up today, plus 220 on the money line for the 76ers. So that's kind of a big price for them. Plus 6.5, rotation number 509, the Sixers. This is tomorrow's game, Sunday, May 14th. The total is 201. I think the total is going to be a safer bet in this game. It's going to be hard to pick a side, though, because as you've seen, 76ers, Boston, somewhat evenly matched as far as players and talent. And as far as coaching goes, you kind of give that edge to Doc Rivers, but Doc Rivers has not really been known to get these Game 7 closeouts. So 76ers might be in trouble. Talk to me. Go ahead.
Yeah, I've been sitting here listening to you picturing Doc Rivers in his interview after the game tomorrow, and I've seen that face quite a few times over the years. I think it's going to be the same thing. Yeah, just frustration and really frustrated. I think Boston's going to take this game. The Sixers have impressed me the way they came back, though. I will. After they went dead after that first game win, they went dead. They were flat. They were flatlined. They were gone. And they did fight back, so I'll give them credit. I mean, they did come back, but I don't think they have enough to take Boston in Game 7 in Boston. I just don't see it happening today.
Well, the question a lot of people have about this Boston series, and again, being brought to you by Fubo TV, go to FuboTV.com/JB, hooking you up with that 15% off and 7 days free. The question about Boston, and it's always been a question ever since that Jason Tatum was chosen to be the man, the age of Boston. Boston has got a lot of one-dimensional players and some aging players, mainly talking about Al Horford. He's getting really, really, really long in the tooth. Still productive, but the youth of the 76ers playing on the road. Do you think Doc Rivers, with his coaching style, his ability to kind of get guys motivated, I know he was looking a little sleepy and a little bit shy, but do you think he can kind of maybe get these guys up for the game, at least to cover that spread? I think that they should be able to take it money line. I mean, Boston is kind of one of these teams that remind me of the Suns. Should be a lot more dominant than they have been, but they just haven't quite made the moves that they need to in free agency to really get Jason Tatum some help. I mean, they don't really have a lot of help in the paint, relying a lot on the Jaylen Brown situation on the outside, but he's kind of one-dimensional. And Al Horford, their big man, shooting a lot of threes. So do you think that could possibly come back and bite Boston at home? Because we've seen them lose at home twice in this series, and with Philadelphia, rotation number 509 at plus 220 on the money line, you think that could be a juicy pick to maybe win a Game 7 and get back some of that money that these guys were losing over the course of this series for you? Go ahead.
Yeah, those are all great points you just made. Yeah, they very well could. I mean, it's going to be a tight game. I think I'm still going with Boston. I see them winning in last-minute shot. I mean, really, last-second shot. It's going to be that tight. It's going to be a real dogfight.
Talking about that total of 201, do you see that possibly going over? I do. I think this is going to be a game where the Stars are going to have to step up and start hitting shots. You know, Joel Embiid is going to be doing what he's got to do to try to prove that MVP, because it would really be terrible for him to win the MVP and then lose in this particular round. That wouldn't be a good piece of information in his book, The Legacy, because they pushed him so hard. He creates the biggest matchup problems for Boston. If Boston starts double teaming Joel Embiid, do you think Tobias Harris, who's a throwaway from the old Brooklyn days, come back into Philadelphia? Do you think he can be that X factor to get them over the top? I think that Tobias Harris on this particular roster is the guy that we need to watch out for. But go ahead, Ron.
Yeah, he absolutely could. I mean, when he gets going, gets in rhythm, he's dangerous. So yeah, I agree with that 100%. He could be the guy.
Ron, third down, best bets. JB, the Ticket, Vegas Scoreboard Express, waking you up early in the morning. A bit of a slow day on the line. No NBA, some Major League Baseball. I want to give a shout-out to my guy over at East Coast Sports Investors, Scotty Beam him up Webb. He's going to be here tomorrow for you, talking that baseball grease. So when I get back from this short commercial break, Ron, any shout-outs before we get to that short commercial break, and then I'll get back with you. Go ahead.
Yeah, first got to give one to
Couldn't even hear you, man. Boo! Got to get that microphone fixed on your phone. But again, JB, the Ticket, Vegas Scoreboard Express. Love having fun with you guys. 107.1 FM in the morning, 6 a.m. to 7 a.m. Pacific time. Couple of weeks going to be having you guys able to call in here locally in Las Vegas and around the world. So if you guys want to call in, ask some questions about your bets, get some information about your teams, going to be opening up the lines to you. A lot of changes over at VSX. So glad you guys are listening. Stay tuned when I get back. More with Ron, third down best bets to wake you up early in the morning and put cash in your pocket. Might be a slow day, but there's a lot to talk about. This is the day to do some studying. If your pockets are deep into that NBA playoffs, we've got the grease to put you where you need to be. So stay tuned. Keep it locked to get the money.
You're listening to the boss of the big ball, JBTHETICKET. Vegas Scoreboard Express. Giving you that grease.
Vegas Scoreboard Express, Saturday and Sunday mornings at 6 on AM 1400 KSHP North Las Vegas. Online at KSHP.com.
Basketball season is heating up, so stay in the game with Fubo TV. Get the NBA, NCAA, FIBA, and more. Get 7 days free at VegasScoreboardExpress.com. Don't get cabled. Get Fubo TV.
Shopping is always easy with the Radio Shopping Show. Whether it's shopping during any one of our live shows right here on AM 1400 or listening live on the KSHP app, you can always call in at 702-221-7283 to pick up great deals with your favorite host. Or shop 24/7 at KSHP.com. Go to KSHP.com and select Shopper's Guide to browse hundreds of businesses featured on the show. Place your order online and we'll have it shipped right to your front door. With so many possibilities, it's hard not to shop.
Keep it locked with your boy on the ones and twos. Going in on the wheels of steel.
You're listening to the boss of the big ball. That's the truth.
Snaring hard kick. This is it. The cocaine and the crack.
They all sound the same to me. There's a war going on outside. No man is safe from.
That's how I'm living. That's how we do it. That's just the way it is. That's the reason why I came to you.
Drink and women and money.
JB the Ticket, Vegas Scoreboard Express, back at you live, 107.1 FM, AM 1400 KSHP, VSX Digital Sports Networks. Got my main man Ron, Third Down Best Bets, back on the line with me talking some sports betting. A little bit of grease this morning, waking you up early, giving you the better sports talk. All money, all sports, no bull. I don't hear any gossip over here, no politics, just straight grease. Ron, welcome back on the show. I can hear that Today Show or something you got playing in the background. But again, you can follow him over on Instagram at RaiderHawk1. Turn down the TV, man. I can hear all your news, giving you the bad information that we don't want to hear on my show, but we're giving you grease. Ron, thank you so much for staying on the line, being back with us. You guys can follow him again on Instagram at RaiderHawk1. So, again, slow day in betting today. May 13th, this Saturday. You've got some golf on the line. I haven't done too much golf studying this year. Do more playing the game on that. But when you talk about it from the perspective of hockey, we got the Vegas Golden Knights doing a great job versus the Edmonton Oilers, kicking their butt. There is a rotation game today on the line. I don't know if you know anything about hockey, Ron. I watch it. I don't follow it. I don't know enough history about it to really give you guys so much grease. But if you are in listening land and you want to make your voice heard in sports betting world, give us a call over at 702-909-0585. I'm looking for a hockey expert, somebody that knows the history from Bobby Hall, the Grey Cup, how it happened, all the way up to who are the important players, where they come from, and all of that. But again, rotation number today, smaller rotation numbers in hockey too. Rotation number 37, the Dallas Stars, 1.5 on the puck line, minus 160 on the money line versus that brand new team up in Seattle, the Kraken. Rotation number 38, plus 1.5 on that puck line, plus 140 on the money line. Over and under total goals scored is 6. Ron, do you know anything about hockey? Go ahead.
I do, sir. That's why I'm RaiderHawk1.
There you go. That's right. You got that Chicago Blackhawks jersey on the website. Talk to us a little bit about this game. This is going to be more your specialty while I sit back, kick it, and get some more grease. Go ahead.
Well, the Kraken, they're not far from being an expansion team, and they are a really good hockey team. They just eliminated the Colorado Avalanche, who won the Cup. So the Avalanche was really good, and they went right through them. So the Kraken's a good team.
Talking about this Kraken team again up in Seattle, we've seen this in the NHL a couple of years ago with the Golden Knights. It seems to be that in the expansion world of sports, many teams, NFL, NBA, those teams don't do well to start off. But in the NHL, when Vegas was the expansion team a couple of years ago, went all the way to the finals, I think. But they've been relevant since their inception. And now the Kraken doing what they got to do in the hockey world to make their team in Seattle relevant. Is it just something about the way hockey is set up? I know hockey can draft the kids in like the third grade or something like that. I don't know. Never been a problem picking these guys one and done. They didn't need an NIL. I heard a lot of times these hockey kids will get drafted by a pro team and still somehow get to play college hockey or some sort of high-level amateur hockey where they make a little bit of money. But back to the original question. Is it just the way that the sport of hockey is set up that allows a team to start right away and be successful? Go ahead.
Yes, they make it very convenient for them. I mean, when Vegas had their expansion draft, there's basically two ways they can do it. You can draft veteran players, and you can keep them and build your roster from that. That's what Vegas did. They were very smart. I mean, they made great moves that night. Or you can draft young guys, or you can actually draft veteran guys and trade them, for future draft picks. And that's kind of what the Kraken did. So they both did it kind of different ways. But the way they set it up, because the rosters are so tight now in the NHL, every team's giving up one or two good guys on every roster. So if you know what you're doing and you build it right, you can really build a good team very fast.
Talking to Ron, third down, best bets. Man, you should have told me that you knew a little bit about hockey. We could have been dropping grease.
Oh, I love hockey, man.
Oh, my goodness. Well, like I said before, me being back from the Northeast, love the New York Islanders. These guys were in the playoffs. Love that the New York Rangers were in the playoffs. Both bumped. New York has gone quiet in the playoffs. Unfortunately, every single team is gone. Coaching, another big issue. You saw the Rangers get rid of their coach, former Vegas Golden Knights coach Gallant. He's on his butt. He's out of here. So like I said before, when you talk about it going into the Vegas Golden Knights game tomorrow, Sunday, May 14th, rotation number 43, VGK heading up to Canucktown, Edmonton Oilers, okay? Rotation number 44, shout out to Linwood Hard Rock Hamilton, too. He played for the Edmonton Elks back in his CFL days. Again, you guys go to my website and check out his link for his documentary. Be sure to donate and help support that. But Vegas Golden Knights, plus 1.5 on the puck line, plus 165. Now, I do know a little bit about our hometown team. This guy, Jack Eichel, was Kraken last night. So if they end up playing the Kraken, look for him to do it. But he ended up with about 3 or 4 points last night, 3 solid goals. Edmonton played their hearts out, but ended up losing. Golden Knights was able to take down that win. So now going into tomorrow at plus 165 on the money line, any particular reason why Vegas Golden Knights are the dog? Is it because Edmonton is at home and they had to do a long travel? Because I don't see where the Edmonton Oilers are a better team than Vegas Golden Knights. I think the Golden Knights could possibly win this on the road. Go ahead.
Well, Edmonton, they're not the better team, but they have Connor McDavid, and he kind of equals everything. I mean, he's the best player on the ice when those two teams are out there, and he's incredibly fast and powerful. I mean, I've seen him shred through my Blackhawk 3 guys, pushing his strong legs right through and just slapping it through at 90 miles an hour. I mean, the guy's an incredible player. And that's what it is. It's not that Edmonton's a great team. And they have other great players. Don't get me wrong. They have some really good player talent as well. But he's a star, and that's he's the one star out there. And Eichel is a star too. But Connor McDavid's he's Michael Jordan level star.
Man, I haven't heard that since the days of that kid Crosby.
Wayne Gretzky level, yeah,
over in the Pittsburgh Penguins, I think. Shout out to my guy Lee Berg. I think the Pittsburgh Penguins are his favorite team. But moving into the other game that is in the hockey world, talking about the Florida Panthers. These guys winning against Florida, warm weather state. Florida taking that series over the Toronto Maple Leafs 4-1. So when you talk about that Eastern Conference Finals, Florida Panthers, another upstart team over the last couple of years, expansion team, now moving into another high-level playoff series. Talking about this, who do you think is going to possibly win out in the NHL? Because I am going to do some betting in the NHL. I know a little bit about hockey, just don't really know the players, know how the game and stuff works. But, again, not comfortable enough giving you guys the grease. I want to make sure I give you stuff that can put cash in your pocket. I'm not just going to be blowing smoke up your butt and telling you what I don't know for sure. But talking about this Eastern Conference playoffs in hockey, do you think the Panthers are going to keep moving through? Because the way they just kind of did the gentleman sweep on the Toronto Maple Leafs, shocking. And they were able to do it on the money line at plus 150 on the road. Go ahead.
Well, no offense to what Florida did to Toronto, because they played their butts off. But Toronto's kind of the Dallas Cowboys of the NHL. Don't have a Jerry Jones, but they have a lot of talent and a lot of people that think every year they're going to win it. Those people are the only ones that think that, by the way.
Oh, my goodness. Go ahead.
They're in Canada, and everybody says, oh, the Maple Leafs, they've got Austin Matthews, who's a Connor McDavid level player as well. And they don't have chemistry. They're not built right. It's just if you watch the games, you see it. You can see it. They're not going to win. They're not built to win. So, but that's no disrespect to Florida. But these two teams in the West are really playing some really good hockey. I don't know if you're get a chance to watch these games, people, if you're not watching them.
That's right. You got to watch them on Fubo TV. Go to FuboTV.com/JB.
They're just racing up and down the ice and leaving everything out there on the ice and playing hockey. It's fun hockey to watch right now. So
definitely digging that. And as I mentioned before, the entire Eastern. Okay, you like it.
I like Vegas overall to take the cup. So.
Finally, we get another championship. We got the Aces. One WNBA season also kicked off. Going to be breaking down a little bit of grease for you guys on that in the next coming weeks. Talk about these Carolina Hurricanes. They won their series versus the New Jersey Devils. Like I said before, East Coast all out of the playoff race, though. Nothing to root for back in cold weather country where I'm from. But talking about these Carolina Hurricanes winning 4-1 over the New Jersey Devils, who a lot of people thought were on their way to the Cup. Talk about that Hurricane team a little bit, and then we'll take this short commercial break. Go ahead.
Yeah, Carolina's, they're built too. They got a lot of ex-Blackhawks, so I kind of like them, actually.
A lot of your guys. So go ahead.
They're a good team. Carolina's a very good team. I actually think Carolina's probably going to take care of Florida.
You heard it here first. Ron, third down, best bets. Follow him on Instagram at RaiderHawk1. When I get back from this short commercial break, going to be giving you guys more grease, touching up, ending up the show. Again, get over to Stations Casino. Want to give a shout out to my boys over at Stations Casino, hooking it up for JB the Ticket. Looking forward to getting to work with you guys to build up some great promotions. Again, JB the Ticket, Vegas Scoreboard Express. Follow the show on Twitter at We Beat the Line. Follow me on Instagram at JB the Ticket. 107.1 FM is the dial that you want to lock in every Saturday and Sunday morning, 6 a.m. to 7 a.m., giving you the sports picks. All money, all sports, no bull. When I get back from this short commercial break, going to be finishing out the show with you, telling you how to get through this Saturday. Get outside. It's going to be nice and warm, 70 degrees right now, mostly sunny early in the morning, which is when I want to wake you up and put cash in your pocket. So stay tuned. Keep it locked. Beat the line. Get it.
You're listening to the boss of the Big Four, JB the Ticket. Vegas Scoreboard Express. Giving you that grease.
Klondike Casino is a friendly local spot that features their signature restaurant, the Klondike Grill, serving up fresh food fast. Open for breakfast, lunch, and dinner just off the 95 freeway on Sunset Road in Henderson. You will find the Klondike Casino, featuring all your favorite games from the Strip in the comfort of a neighborhood casino. You can place a bet at their full-service sports book, or start your day with a breakfast plate that comes with your choice of potato and toast. Or check us out for lunch or dinner and try one of our many sandwiches, like the popular beer-battered fish sandwich or the Philly cheesesteak. Check out the full menu at KlondikeSunset.com.
Basketball season is heating up, so stay in the game with Fubo TV. Get the NBA, NCAA, FIBA, and more. Get 7 days free at VegasScoreboardExpress.com. Don't get cabled. Get Fubo TV. You're tuned into the VSX Digital Sports Network.
The DJ keeping the party going. The DJ keeping the party going all night long.
You're listening to the boss of the Big Four, JB the Ticket.
JB the Ticket, Vegas Scoreboard Express, back at the Big Board Live here at KSHP Studios in Las Vegas. Go to my website, VegasScoreboardExpress.com. Got all the hookups for you. Ron, third down, best is the co-host and contributor, breaking it down for you, giving you hockey grease today. NHL playoffs are in full swing. You guys are definitely going to want to check that out on Fubo TV. Again, go to FuboTV.com/JB, giving you that 15% off in the 7 days free. So we do have a game today on the line in the hockey world. We got the Stars going up against the Kraken. Kraken are in Seattle at plus 140 on the money line. So let's talk about it a little bit again. Seattle Kraken, rotation number 38. Do you think these guys can possibly come in and keep this game close? They're trying to get to that game 7 so they don't get eliminated. They're the number 7 seed. What do you see with this game tonight as one of the few things that you can bet on today to put cash in your pocket? I'll leave it to you to put the grease where it needs to be. Go ahead.
Giving you that grease.
Well, being an experienced Blackhawk fan of running the Cups for years, watching them every game, Game 6 at home, hockey teams don't like to lose. That's just the way it is. They play like somebody has stole their kitchen sink. I mean, they just don't give up. I mean, you're going to see an incredible effort from the Kraken tonight, and I think the Kraken will go. You're going to see a Game 7. I think the Kraken will keep the series going.
That's what I'm talking about. Any key players tonight to keep an eye out for either one of the teams? I mean, the Dallas Stars have been playing lights-out hockey. A lot of people haven't been talking about them, but they consistently win. But as you mentioned before, as a home dog, I love those home dogs, always can put some cash in your pocket. You like the Kraken, but do you think the Dallas Stars, that puck line -1.5, any chance that these guys go ahead and move on to the Western Conference tonight? Any chance? Go ahead.
Oh, yeah, there's always a chance. I mean, hockey's a crazy sport. I mean, these guys just race up and down. They slam into the glass, and that glass is thick. If you've ever been to a hockey arena, I got mad at a game and actually punched the glass screaming at Corey Crawford at a Blackhawk game. So I know how thick that glass is. I mean, it's an incredible scene. If people have never been to a game, I tell them, go to a game. You're hooked once you go, I'm telling you. You'll love hockey forever. It's just an incredible sport. And you're going to see that effort side through the TV. I mean, it's just all about pride. It ain't about money. It ain't about image. These guys just play hard. And it's a cool sport.
Can it put the cash in your pocket? I like the Seattle Kraken tonight, too. Going to take a little short ticket. Rotation number 38, Seattle Kraken, plus 140 on the money line. Going to take a page out of my main man, Ron, Third Down Best Bets book. He's telling me that's where the cash is going to be. So that's what I'm taking tonight. So talking about this NBA playoffs before we get ready to jump on the big board and get out of here tomorrow, Game 7, Boston at home, rotation number 510 at home, -7, 6.5 on some lines if you can get it. Philadelphia 76ers, NBA MVP Joel Embiid playing his heart out, but the rest of his team is kind of leaving him hanging a little bit. Need James Harden to step up. Need Tobias Harris to step up. +7 on the spread, +200 on that money line, rotation number 509. Philadelphia. Given your final thoughts on that, Ron, go ahead.
I like Boston at home, but, man, my gut is staying in Philly for some reason. But I just like the Celtics. I think when it comes down to it, they have the better defense, and I think they're going to clamp down, and they're going to shut Philly's shooting down late in the game. I think that's going to be the difference. But it's going to be a really tight game. It's
going to be a tight game, and that's what I'm telling you. If James Harden can get going, I like the total going over. I think both of these teams are going to have to score a lot of points to win it. Boston trying to eliminate Philly, doing everything they can to stop them. I think you're going to see a lot of Embiid early, possibly trying to get other players in foul trouble. Jaylen Brown likes to kind of cut down into that lane and swipe at the ball. So if they can start doubling and Embiid can make moves and get some of those Celtics defenders in early foul trouble, be sure to look at them for the +7. I'm going to take these guys in the +7. It's just a hard series for me to think that after beating the Brooklyn Nets and sweeping them out, that the 76ers are going to go down without a fight. If they win it, great, but I like the +6. I'm trying to put cash in my pocket. Again, Ron, Third Down Best Bets, thank you so much for stopping by the big board this morning. Any shout-outs before we get out of here? Got a little bit of time left. We'll jump back on and, break it down so these folks can get on to their betting day. Again, you guys can watch these games on Fubo TV. Go to FuboTV.com/JB. And also check out our friends over at Station Casinos, that STN app. Thank you guys so much for your support. Looking forward to doing some great work with you again. 107.1 FM, KSHP, VSX Digital Networks, AM 1400 here in Las Vegas and all around the world at KSHP.com. Ron, those shout-outs, and I'll take this short commercial break. Go ahead.
Yeah, I got two, bro. I got one for Kayla, our super fan who's always listening. And I want to remind everybody that Linwood Hamilton's GoFundMe page. Start getting donated. Like Linwood says, that's the good. The children are our future.
The children are the future. Linwood Hamilton putting together what he needs to do for that documentary, raising funds for the kids that need help. Again, you guys go over to my website, VegasScoreboardExpress.com. Click Linwood's profile picture. Go to his website, check out his story, and be sure to put a little bit on that GoFundMe. So, again, JB the Ticket, Vegas Scoreboard Express. Ron, Third Down Best Bets. When I get back from this short commercial break, we're going to sign off for you guys, give you the final picks of the day. A little bit of a slow day in sports, but we did dig some games out and hopefully can put some grease in your pocket. Grease, a.k.a. that cash, that money, all sports, no bull. JB the Ticket, Vegas Scoreboard Express. You guys know what time it is. Wake up early. Grab your bankroll. Get the money.
You're listening listening to the boss of the big ball, JB the Ticket. Vegas Scoreboard Express. Giving you that grease.
Basketball season is heating up, so stay in the game with Fubo TV. Get the NBA, NCAA, FIBA, and more. Get 7 days free at VegasScoreboardExpress.com. Don't get cabled. Get Fubo TV.
Welcome to Hash House A Go-Go, where we've been serving farm food and crafted cocktails for over 2 decades. Visit us for the full Hash House experience at any of our 5 Las Vegas locations. Hash House A Go-Go is where old school meets new and gets twisted. We bring people together over good food and fun. Come in for breakfast, lunch, or dinner, and come hungry because our portions are huge. Visit us online to see our entire menu at hashhouseagogo.com. Hash House A Go-Go. It's a Midwest thing, and there's nothing else like it.
You're listening to the boss of the big ball, JB the Ticket. Vegas Scoreboard Express. Giving you that grease.
JB the Ticket, Vegas Scoreboard Express. Waking you up early in the morning. Again, thank you guys so much for stopping by the big board with us. You guys are definitely going to want to tune in every Saturday and Sunday morning for the Grease. Going to be back tomorrow, dropping more NBA playoffs. Got my main man Ron, third down, best bets, getting ready to sign off with me. Ron, any final shout-outs again? Thank you guys again in Las Vegas land and all around the world, my sports bettors who've been supporting the show. Be sure to follow us on Twitter at We Beat the Line and follow me on Instagram at JB the Ticket. Support our sponsors here. Shout out Stations Casino. Shout out Fubo TV. And, of course, all of our friends over at Quickly. Get that Indian food delivered to your house every single day. It's our deal of the month. You guys go to my website and get hooked up with that. VegasScoreboardExpress.com. So, Ron, any final shout-outs? And I'm going to sign off and get to the big board. Got to stop you from coughing on the phone, man, but we're going to lock it up. Go ahead. Make it happen.
Yeah, I want to mention the American Cancer Foundation. It's the fight I'm never going to give up on. Anything can do to help. Time, money, blood, laughter, anything. Please take the time to do it.
Take the time to do it, and also take the time to go over to my website, VegasScoreboardExpress.com, and support the children. Linwood, Hard Rock, Hamilton, Defender of the Youth, putting it together for them. So again, JB the Ticket signing off. Thank you guys so much for listening. You guys know what time it is. Time to grab your bankroll, hit the window, and beat the line. I'll be back tomorrow.
To the boss of the big ball, JB the Ticket. Vegas Scoreboard Express.
World famous radio shopping show weekdays on 1400 KSHP North Las Vegas and KSHP.com.